The league needs this. The amounts of men that these guys commit forward is amazing. Not everybody is a Jupp Heynckes. You can't expect Jupp Heynckes to be the manager of Bayern Munich for eternity. So do we blame Kovac? He is the issue. Kovac is the issue. No. Sorry, it's Kovac's fault that Bayern are this way. It's Kovac's fault that Boateng has become strangely a horrible defender. It's his fault that Sule, he's not there yet. He's young, he's improving, but he's not really there yet. Is it Kovac's fault that he wasn't given the funds to bring in newer, fresher players? Is it his fault that Coman got that long-term injury? So, I don't really know. So again, Bundesliga roundup, but I'll just give my thoughts on the league and so forth. And I think the big question is this: 9 points gap. 9 points gap. That is what the reality that we're in right now. Dortmund have an incredible 9 points gap ahead of Bayern right now. Yeah. My God. So Dortmund, 30 points. 9 wins, 3 draws. Only team unbeaten. Mönchengladbach, 26 points. Eintracht Frankfurt, or Kocha, 23 points. Leipzig, 22 points. Bayern are 5th with 21 points. They are 5th with 21 points, and they're only 1 point ahead of Hoffenheim in 6th with 20 points. Amazing what Dortmund have done so far, and it's the way in which they are doing it. What Favre is doing with these boys is amazing. I believe I caught the first half of their game against Mainz, and just the way in which they are playing, how they're attacking, how they go forward, how much running they have, how many men, the amounts of men that these guys commit forward is amazing. But it's just the energy and the intensity that they play their game with, because that system is a difficult system to play in. Because people say, oh, the hardest systems to play in is for Barcelona. You have to think of the mind of a footballer. If you're in a system where the ball has to go forward, you always have to run with the ball. You can't slow. If you're in the final third, you cannot slow the game down. You must that ball must keep on being moved, and you must always find the yellow jersey every single time. Always forward, quick, one touch, boom. That's difficult. That ain't easy. And that is really tough on Dortmund right now. So I believe Bayern have won the Bundesliga 5 times in a row. Because they've won it 5 times in a row, I find it very difficult to bet against a team winning it 5 times in a row. 7 times in a row, that's a very different situation. But I just find it difficult to bet against Bayern Munich. But this is great for the Bundesliga. This is superb for the Bundesliga, because if we were to switch this and it was Bayern 4 points clear, it's a wrap. Forget it. But because it's Dortmund 4 points clear, and Dortmund, they've been unbeaten, but they've not looked invincible. And the funny thing about this is that the beauty about this is that their system is such a high-risk system. It's such a beatable system. This isn't like Barcelona, who just kept the ball and they had Messi, or this is just Bayern, who you just knew that eventually they would win because they have those individuals, or Juventus, they have those individuals that will win. This is a young team. Many in this team have never won a Bundesliga title. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think this is a crazy that I don't think Marco Reus has actually won a Bundesliga title. Which is because I think when he arrived was Klopp's last few seasons, but I don't think he's ever won a Bundesliga title, which is crazy for a guy of his talents. So most of the players in this team have never won a Bundesliga title. So that already shows you how exciting things are, because I think, Mönchengladbach, they're a pretty good team. They're a pretty good team. I think Mönchengladbach, see, if it's a psychological thing. Even watching Gladbach looked up and it was banned there, you just know that there's that inferiority complex of like, oh, yeah, we'll try. But Mönchengladbach know that it's Dortmund. And they know that if we face them, we can beat them home or away. We know that we can face that system and we've got a good chance of beating them. They're going to be good because they're very good at that system, but within that system, we know that we can still have them. But why do I still have doubts? Why do I still have doubts that I don't feel Dortmund will be able to do this? But at the same time, it is incredible what Sancho is doing. Guys, let's talk about Paco Alcácer. Let's talk about Paco Alcácer. He is statistically the best striker in the world. Statistically speaking, minutes played, goals scored, statistically he's the best striker in the world. His record is stupid. His record is stupid. And if I was Paco Alcácer right now, stay at Dortmund. Stay at Dortmund. Remain here. This system works for you. This environment and this surroundings work for you. Barcelona is a very particular system and needs a very particular striker, which I don't think Alcácer is. I don't think Alcácer is that particular kind of striker that the system and Messi needs for that system to really flourish and work. Again, Suarez has not really been under the form. That's why Paco is saying to himself that, look, let me right here, show Valverde what I can do, and I can come in and replace Suarez. Nah, don't do it. Stay here. Because you being here means Enrique has to put you in as the main striker. Because as of right now, you're better than Rodrigo. You're better than Morata. You're better than Diego Costa. So right now, you are Spain's best striker. Okay? Because you're a striker, you're a finisher. We judge you on goals. So we just see what the Bayern Munich. Why should Kovac be blamed? I said this a bit on the Hangouts. Jupp Heynckes is one of the greatest managers of all time. He is. He's amazing. If you were to bring in Jupp Heynckes right now with the same team, he would transform this entire team. Not everybody is a Jupp Heynckes. You can't expect Jupp Heynckes to be the manager of Bayern Munich for eternity. Players have to be adaptable. Nico Kovac can't come in to be like, okay, Nico Kovac can't go and see Jupp Heynckes and say, okay, Jupp, please give me the blueprints and everything you do tactically so I can use this for my training methods. No, that's not how football management works. You bring in a manager, he has to be egotistical to an extent. To an extent. Of course, you have to see what the players do, but to an extent, you have your philosophy, you have your ideas. So when you go into training and when you do your player maps and tactical things, on the board, you have your view on the runs you want players to make, how you want players to move the ball, where you want players to be positionally, how you want guys to play with the ball, when you want to do the shots pass, the direct pass, and so forth, because that's just how you view the game. And his amazing, because let's just be real. Let's be real. He did amazing for Frankfurt. He beat Bayern Munich in the DFB Pokal Cup final with Frankfurt. So this dude is a very good manager. And he did all right with Croatia. He did all right. Boateng is a brick. Sorry, he's a brick. And when you have a brick on your team, I don't put that on the manager. Because Boateng did not become a brick because of Nico Kovac. He is just declining. He just does not know how to defend anymore, does not position himself. So he's a brick. Hummels, brick. Muller, probably a brick. So these are players who they're not really playing at that high of a level. I mean, Ribery, you can't expect to get a 2013 Ribery as of right now. You can't expect that to happen. So even, because I looked at the highlights of the Bayern Düsseldorf game. At least 12 of those goals scored were defensive mistakes. They were individual defensive mistakes. Now you can say that, okay, for Kovac, we're 3-1 up, we're 3-2 up. Let's sit back and let's defend. Come on, man. This is Bayern Munich. At home. You shouldn't have to sit back. You should be able to play on the front foot, looking for more goals, and should have enough faith in your World Cup winning defender to be able to play a high line or to be able to navigate himself positionally while his team is looking to get the fourth or the fifth goal. I mean, for Boateng and for Sula as well, I mean, positionally, they were just like, they had no clue what was happening. No clue what was happening. So I put that on them individually. So, I mean, 9 points is not insurmountable in football. 12 games played, there's still a lot of football to go. There's still a lot of football to go, but midway is slowly approaching. Midway is slowly approaching. I think we are in for an exciting season. I think with the way things are set up right now, because again, I'm not hearing Wenger. I'm hearing Wenger is coming in to replace Kovac, but I just feel for Kovac, he is in it's a difficult situation because it's Bayern Munich. It is. Let's flip it. Let's flip it. What if Ancelotti will remain as a Bayern manager? Do they win the Bundesliga? Let's be real. Let's say Ancelotti remained as a Bayern manager. Do they win the Bundesliga? Yes or no? Can I answer? No, they don't. Because you already saw that Ancelotti and the team and the players, they were at odds. First of all, Jupp Heynckes is one of the greatest managers. That's the first thing. Second thing, he's been with these guys since about 2010, 2011. He knows them. He knows their strengths. He knows their weaknesses. That's the key thing. Forget about their strengths. He knows their weaknesses. So because he knows these players so well, they will respond to him in turn. And he just knew how to get the best out of them in games based on just how well he knows his players. Kovac doesn't know these players that well. Ancelotti does not know this players that well. So all they can do is, this is my system. Let me try and implement this system. And I trust in you as top tier players to be able to implement the system. So, but it's exciting. It is exciting. I mean, for Frankfurt, Mönchengladbach, Leipzig, in there, all within touching distance of Dortmund, it's very exciting. And I think that the league needs this. The league needs this because this livens up the league. Because I say Bundesliga is one of the most exciting leagues. I still say La Liga technically is the best league, but just for open football, really open football, exciting football, I think Bundesliga is where it's at. You know, I think almost any game you turn on, everybody's trying to win. Everybody's trying. I don't think you really see a defensive side in Bundesliga. I don't think you really see defensive sides. Everybody is trying to play, which is what makes the league so good. But look, man, Dortmund, man, 9 points, man. That's. But I see. Everyone says 9 points. I think the headline is 9 points out of Bayern. 9 points out of Bayern. Don't sleep on Mönchengladbach. That's 4 points. Don't sleep on them. So I think the worst thing Dortmund could do is like, boom, as long as we're ahead of Bayern, we're good. Nah. Don't sleep on Mönchengladbach. Don't sleep on those boys. So yeah, man, things are looking very interesting in the Bundesliga, man. And look, man, Marco Reus, man. If any player deserves a title for what he's had to go through and his talents, it's flipping Marco Reus. But you've got to go and earn it, man. Because Bayern ain't going to let their title go easily. Nah, it's not happening. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.